What up? It is EJ, and welcome to another edition of Next Up with my homie Madison McWilliams. What's good?
Hey guys.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, but I just want to jump into it because I am so excited because you are from, I like to call this place my adoptive, is that right? Adoptive. My home away from home.
There we go.
My home away from home, Austin.
Yes, Austin, Texas.
I am so excited for that. That's so cool. Welcome.
Thank you.
So how was growing up in Austin?
Growing up in Austin was really cool. I mean, you're always surrounded by music, so it really influenced me and kind of my early stages of really developing a love for all kinds of music.
Really? Which one thing we were talking about earlier is how I feel like there are no pop acts coming from Austin. Like everything is so alt and like grassroots and things like that. How do you feel to be like the only pop act doing something in Austin right now?
I mean, it's so strange because there's not a lot of pop in Austin, but I mean, I love it because since I'm the only pop act in Austin, I can really put myself out there. It's
like you are shining brighter because there's no one else in your lane, which is good. You know what I'm saying?
I guess so.
You ain't gotta like push somebody out your lane, like get out of here. So have you ever performed at South by?
Yes, I have. I performed 2 years in a row.
Let's talk about your South by experience. How was it?
It was great. So this year I performed at, it's called the Rio in Austin, and in a place called Kindness Palooza. So basically what it is the Kindness campaign is a campaign where I'm the official spokesperson for their Art of Kindness.
Right.
And it's a charity that's also partnered with Lady Gaga's Born This Way Foundation.
Nice, okay.
And it's promoting art through kindness. So it ties the music and the anti-bullying movement together. And so I was headlining their Art of Kindness stage there.
That's so amazing. How did you feel like your music was perceived in Austin? Because like how we said before, there's like nothing. It's crazy like how, people in Austin, it's like, I listen to, the Smashing Kittens or something like, you know what I mean? Like it's always something like so obscure and whatnot, but
Crying Meerkats.
Exactly. I listen to cats who wear Chucks. Like how was it? How do you think that people like perceived it as you were, on stage doing your thing?
Well, my first South by performance was a lot more toned down than this one that I did recently. So it wasn't very well received there. But for this next one that I did, the most recent one, was awesome because I got all my fans to come out there and there was a great turnout and it worked great. So there is some pop in Austin. You just kind of have to dig for it.
You got to look for it.
Yes.
And she's right here, Avi. So you know what's funny? How old are you?
I'm 16.
You are so mature for 16. It's so
you.
funny because when I was 16, I feel like I was barely able to put together a sentence. I feel like at my age now, I'm barely able to put together a sentence, but you're so put together and you're so mature. And I was listening to your song Living for the Weekend, and I feel like your voice is super, like you wouldn't think that a 16-year-old sung it. So I think that's awesome.
Thank you so much.
Do you get that a lot?
I guess so. I mean, people think I'm either really like a lot older than I am or a lot younger. Like I walked into a meeting yesterday and this one person goes, "Oh, are you 12 or 13?
And you're like, get it right, I'm 16.
I'm very small for my age, so.
You should have told her something about herself. What do you mean 12 or 16? I've been on this earth for 16 years. So tell me about the song Living for the Weekend.
So Living for the Weekend is basically about like partying and that kind of lifestyle and like the consequences of it.
Ooh, yeah. What are some of the consequences when you live for the weekend?
I mean, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of bad things like underage drinking or things like that, which are stuff that you should maybe stay away from. But more of Living Weekend, it's less about talking about all the bad stuff. It's more of promoting really just like living your whole life and focusing on the important things.
That's amazing. So profound. It's so funny because when I was thinking about the song, all I can think about was Dirty Six and how people, about Dirty Six at downtown South Austin. People were talking about just going out there and having fun and just having a good time. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love to have a good time. I love to party, but it's like it's that lifestyle. Like sometimes it's like you kind of get into a
downward spiral.
See, look, I can't even put together a sentence. Just you.
You good.
It's kind of like a downward spiral where, I mean, like some of it's like great. Like I said, I love to have fun. I love to have a good time, party. But the thing is, it's when that lifestyle kind of picks you up and you lose your priorities.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow. So growing up in Austin, what were some of your early music influences?
So actually, the first person I ever saw live was Celine Dion.
Really?
And it was like amazing.
At what age?
I'm really bad with ages. I was about like 6, 7, 5, around that area, pretty young. And it was such a great experience because she's a great example of a strong, empowered woman. And I feel like that really resonated with me. And her voice is just phenomenal. And so it was great.
Where was this?
I think it was in Vegas.
Really? So at 6 or 7, you knew while watching Celine Dion perform, like, this is something that I want to do, you know, touch people with my voice and use it for that. That's amazing.
Thank you.
So what's next?
So Living for the Weekend, my new song. I actually wrote Living for the Weekend.
Oh.
I'm the only author of it. I wrote it all by myself. I've worked with a great producer, and he put all that together, and I wrote the melodies and the lyrics.
I always wondered, when you write a song, what goes into it? Like, what's your process? Do you start, like, singing, or not necessarily singing, but do you listen to the beat, you start humming? Do you go from past experiences? What do you do? Well,
every song is really different. Like, one of my songs we've got today, I wrote it on the back of an airplane napkin.
Really?
And some other ones, I find a beat that I really like, and then I start writing to it. Or someone says something, like Living for the Weekend. I heard someone say Living for the Weekend. I'm like, that would be a great song. And I thought about it more, and it made me realize how, like, just a few words, you can really create it into a whole song or a message.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. I had so much fun talking about the ATX with you. I expect huge, amazing things to pop off. Everybody give it up for Madison McWilliams.